boy Travis Kinley coming back to you with another one. Let me try to get my phone right here because I don't know if I mentioned it or whatever. I'm working on it. I don't know if I mentioned it, but okay, so I know Johnson's Logic went live. Okay. I'm also aware that many of you were like, yo, when are we going to go live? Me and him again going live. I keep talking to him about it, but when my truck went in the shop 4 weeks ago, whatever it's been, I didn't think it was going to be that long. I left my tripod in there. I left my selfie stick in there. I left my laptop in there. I left a lot of tech equipment in there. So I was like, man, I want to go live, dude, but what I'm going to do? Hold my phone the whole time? So, I got to hold my phone all weird. I can't show you how but I'm holding my phone all weird, so. Excuse me, man. So, terrible week at CIRCON, right? And this is really about a week ago. So, it wasn't this past week. It was the week before. I wanted to make a video, dude, but my condition deteriorated further and further and further. So, running parallel with what made the week even worse was the fact that the pollen count in South Texas, it seemed like it just kept going up, even though it would rain and the pollen count was still there. I have spent days in Texas before, been fine, dude. The ragweed never messed with me. For some reason, like 10 days or something, I don't remember, 10 to 14, I don't remember how many days ago, the pollen count messed with me, dude, to the point where I'm buying Benadryl. Then I realized that Benadryl is making me drowsy, but I did have a couple days off work before I needed to pick up my next load. Then I'm buying, starts with Claritin. Then I'm buying Claritin. Y'all still hearing my voice? I'm going to be coughing my way through this video a little bit. You can hear, I still have a little bit of mucus in my sinuses or whatever. So that running alongside this story made it terrible, dude. I was like, dude, I can't shoot a video, man. I actually talked to Ross on the phone, then we got disconnected. He was like, yeah, you about to go to sleep or whatever, because I told him, dude, this Benadryl's like putting me down, cuz. And he was like, yeah, you about to go to sleep or you want me to hit you back? I was like, bro, I'm about to lay down, dog. I can't even do this right now. That's when I was on that like 34 or 48 or whatever I was doing, waiting on my next load. Okay, so on a Tuesday, I pick up a trailer. So that was like 10 days ago, right? Because I don't even remember what today is right now. On a Tuesday, I pick up a trailer. I inspect the trailer. I'm at the terminal, so I'm taking my time with my inspection because you got access to everything when you're at a terminal, right? That is when you need to do your slowest and most thorough inspection. Because if anything's wrong, you got Jose. Jose got your back. He's right here. We can get things worked on, fixed, right? So I do a thorough inspection. Jose actually fixes something for me. I don't even remember what it was. It was the leveling valve he replaced. And something else was wrong with this trailer. Maybe a light or something. Just something I just found. It was like, yo. So I do a thorough inspection. No rush. All we're doing is 300 miles to South Texas. Okay. After this thorough inspection, and I do everything I need to do, and then me and Jose chat a little bit, I'm like, all right, bro, I got to go. Like, you know what I mean? I got to go so I can get to work, so I can get it done. I start driving off, right? Well, after that inspection, I remember driving, I'm going to the exit, kind of going around the yard, around the trailer, and I'm about to go to the exit, and I remember thinking, I'm pretty sure I just lost a little bit of air pressure, right? Like, while driving, I don't know, I remember looking at my gauges and think, I feel like I just lost 15 pounds or 20 pounds or something, right? Like, went from 130 to 110. Like, I just, you just notice things like that after a while. But I'm driving, I'm trying to get everything here. I'm trying to pull up to the little punch the code in thing. Right, and I'm doing things. I remember thinking, no, it's cool. I just did an inspection. Everything's cool. I'm like, you probably you hit the brake or something, and right? Roughly 150 miles later, I'm fueling at a stop, and I get out the truck. Fuel took me 7 minutes. I get back in the truck, and primary and secondary tanks are at like 40 psi. I'm like, bruh, I literally just left. Literally just left. Okay. Air it up, pull up to the line in front of the fuel island. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. After you fuel, you can pull up a full truck length so someone else can start fueling. So you can walk inside, get a receipt, use the restroom, hurry up and do something and get out the way before other guys done. Other drivers done. Excuse me, ladies. Pull up to the line. Well, I aired up. Pull up to the line, shut the truck off. I'm searching for the leak. I hear the leak. I pull up and I'm going to park real quick. Let's call company. Bobby. Shout out to Bobby. Love you, dude. Call Bobby. Man, Bobby, you stuck with me through this, man. I really appreciate you, dude. I really do, man. Because I know at the end of this story, I know I got a little frustrated a little bit, man, but you stuck with me, dude. I really appreciate that, dude. I mean, you know how it is, man. We're trying our best, dude. And after a while, you get tired of burning up your time. But I'm just venting right now, man. I just want you to know I appreciate you sticking with me, dude. All right. So, I park. Bobby, yo. He's like, yo, you got two options. You can call Michelin, but what Michelin's going to do is they're going to call you back in 2 hours, and they're going to tell you where to go, right? Or Petro's 2 hours away. Understood. En route, right? What's leaking is air from the leveling valve that was just replaced. It is leaking in the same manner in which it was leaking when Jose replaced it at the terminal. But it wasn't leaking before I left. After he replaced it, it wasn't leaking. This story gets so complicated, man. All right, cool. That's what's leaking, right? He's like, yeah, you just got to go. Your compressor's going to hold air. It's safe to drive. You're just leaking it out of the exhaust tube that comes off the back of the leveling valve for those who are familiar. If I have a picture, I'll throw it up. I took some pictures, but I don't remember if I still have a picture. Drive on down to South Houston, get to the Petro. Give me a line. Once I parked in the spot, I got back out the truck, did a little quick. It's really kind of a midday inspection because I'm not going off duty, but it's still leaking. Can you put me in line? They put me in line. Nap time. Time to come to the bay. Pull in the bay so they can work on my truck. When I pull in the bay, it's not leaking. Bruh. So I tell them like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I did ask him to fix a light because one of the plugs was loose. And while I drove to South Texas, I noticed it went out. Get out the truck, plug back in, and then get back in the truck. And then it went out before I got to the Petro again. So I was like, yo, can you replace the light or the plug or whatever needs to be replaced? He says, all right, cool. Done. He tries to look at the leak, tries to do whatever he can. He can't find the leak, okay? Anybody who knows anything about a mechanic is that they can't see a problem. They can't fix what they can't see. All right? Next morning. Time to go load. I go pick up my load. When I get there, let me imagine. When I get there, I left the truck running. But when I get to offload, I turn the truck off. Probably a weather thing or something. But whatever reason, that's how when I turn the truck off, what happens? It's leaking. After I offload, 1 hour back to the Petro, because that's the nearest TA Petro in this area of South Houston. By this time, allergies are starting to mess with me a little bit more. See what I'm saying? Just not in the mood for all this. Because I have to keep going an hour away from work to go an hour back to work after you fix me. Plenty of truck stops in between. I can stop there, 10-hour break, come back 10 miles down the road and pick up my load, or drive an hour to Petro. Drive an hour to Petro, still leaking, still problem. Put me in line. Get in the line. You know, mechanics ready for you. Drive around there, can't find the leak. I'm like, man, you killing me, dude. You killing me, dog. For real, right? Okay, cool. Next load picks up such and such day. I park, finish my break. Following morning, I start driving. Well, I wouldn't say overhydrated. I was adequately hydrated. So after I started driving 30 miles up the road is a rest area. Stopped at a rest area, go to the bathroom. Took me roughly it took 8 minutes. I know exactly how many. I don't have to say roughly. I remember looking at the doggone ELD. It took 8 minutes. Got back in the truck, 8-minute mark. Start truck, primary and secondary. Empty. By this time, my dispatcher tired of hearing from me. Bobby tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of dealing with it. Everybody's frustrated. What do you do? What do you do? It's your CDL on the line. You can't just ride with it, bro. Because you're going to get shut down if you get pulled in and inspected. It's going to be problems, man. It's your responsibility. At the end of the day, it's on you, dude, as a driver. Remember that. If you're a new driver, remember that. It's on you as the driver. It's on you. When the sky starts falling, the buck will really stop with you. Your company's CSA score, yeah. It's going to get messed, but at the end of the day, it will land in your lap. Better remember that the rest of your life. Remember that. What up, Bobby? Dude, we still got the same problem, man. No, actually, before this rest area incident, he had, I was in the bay and I was about to pull out and he heard it leak. And he replaced the leveling rod, runs from the shaft to the valve, the leveling rod. Then following morning rest area, Bobby, dude, it's still leaking, man. I thought we had a problem fixed. It's not fixed. He's like, dude, there's only one thing you can do. Go back to St. Petro. He's like, I wouldn't advise you to go anywhere else because at least they've been dealing with the problem again. Back to the Petro. Let's speed this story up a little bit. Back to the Petro. They couldn't figure it out, they tried to figure it out again. Changed the leveling rod again. Drove away again. Stopped at the rest area. Primary, secondaries empty out again. Leveling valve still doesn't work. Even though at the truck stop, after they fix it, dude, I can drive around the parking lot and nothing leaks. Until you get on the road and really drive. Back to the Petro. I'm on the phone with them while I'm on the way back trying to update people. Because now I got a new crew and this old guy takes the phone from whoever was talking to me and says, tell me what your problem is. He said, look, when you get here, don't worry about it. Just come right to the bay. I leave the truck running. I show him, dude, it's leaking. It's pouring air, dude. I told him if I turn this truck off, it'll empty both secondary and primary tanks. Pulling the tire bay. Pulls me in. Finds out there was a part that's a universal part that can be installed either way, like this. It's a metal rod, if you're familiar. It connects to the leveling rod, and then that black plastic actually leveler. He said, this is a universal piece. Sometimes it goes this way, sometimes it goes that way. He said, on yours, it needs to be this way. He turns it that way, installs everything else, adjusts the leveler. It's not leaking. I leave. Rest of the time I had that trailer, no problems with the leak. Until when? I get back to the terminal. Absolute frustrating week just because of the back and forth. This is just trucking, man. This is just trucking, dude. I think what made it frustrating was the back and forth, and I just knew it was such a simple problem. You know what I mean? You got a brand new leveling valve. You got a rod that you saw was placed in a level spot on level ground. But you're like, what is the issue, dude? I'm tired of driving back and forth. And then when you're sick, dude, or not sick, you're dealing with allergies and you're trying to pop medication. I didn't have the medication then yet. But you're trying to deal with your allergies. It's just like, man, it's just so frustrating, man. It was so frustrating. Nevertheless, we got it done. The loads were delivered. The trailer was safely delivered back to the terminal. Fortunately, it wasn't leaking before I got there, Because I told you. Missouri line, Arkansas line, they are pulling people in, dude. I-30 and 55, they're pulling people in, man. They're running hazmat inspections left and right, dude. Me and another friend, we were driving back toward Texarkana, and they were doing inspections in the middle of the night. We passed through maybe about 11 midnight. They were doing inspection in the middle of the night. I was like, yeah, man. They're not playing out there right now, dog. I don't know what happened, man. Nevertheless, home. Finally home, man. Grateful to be at the house. This home time is kind of a big home time for us where we got a new dog we're going to pick up. German Shepherd pup. Super excited about him. We got a little vacation we're going on. Super excited about that. Going on a cruise to the Bahamas. So we're so excited about that. We're so pumped. And it's just nice to be off work. It wasn't so bad doing 6 weeks out. I did 6 or 7, I don't remember, but did 6 or 7 weeks out so I could have 2 weeks off. Wasn't really that bad at all, man. It was a lot of fun, dude. I think I mentioned in the last video, I was going to a high school football game and going out to eat and had a lot of fun. Went to go see the UFC fight at one of the restaurants. We had a lot of fun, you know. But I'm glad to be home. Very glad to be home. So good to see my girls. So good to see my bride. Rode the motorcycle around a little bit, cleared the pipes out. That was fun. Nevertheless, that's that. So, I don't know. I'm probably not going to go live while I'm home either, man. Like, hold my phone, my doggone hand might catch a cramp. Ow, man. I don't have a tripod. I'm probably not going to do anything. And you know what? My GoPro's on my truck. And I wanted to take footage on the cruise, and I couldn't pick the equipment up. Because every time I passed by the dealer, it was either after hours or it was like Sunday, and they don't open on Sunday. I was like, man, dude, I might have to get a new selfie stick because I got to do something on a cruise, man. I want to take some footage, you know, pictures and stuff. So anyways, everything's good, man. I wanted to shoot a video during the trailer thing, but I was so frustrated, man. I was starting to feel my allergies. I just couldn't even, I had to do my job, you know, like YouTube is a secondary thing to trucking, you know what I mean? Like, I only pull the camera out whenever I got the time to do so, you know what I mean? So if I don't have the time, man, I'm not thinking about YouTube. I'm trying to get this trailer fixed. I'm frustrated, man. So, I don't know, man. Glad to be home. I hope everybody on here is doing good. I don't know. All right. We'll close with this. I'm going to close with this. This is just my personal perspective. I had someone from a news agency hit me up and say, hey, Travis, we see you're online, you're a trucker and stuff like that. And, you know, used to run your own business and stuff. Just wondering how the diesel shortage and supply chain problems are affecting truckers and businesses, if you would be available for an interview. I said, dude, I'm at a truck stop right now with 15 fuel islands, and all of them are full, and no one is having issues putting diesel in their trucks. And my company is hiring, and if you're interested in making $87,150 a year with a $500 increase annually and other types of bonuses you will be eligible for, we will accept your application so long as you are qualified. Like, we got freight for you to haul. So all them problems you're talking about, I don't know what you're talking about, dude, because I ain't seen no shortages on the ground. They talking about some, like, emergency stash shortages. Maybe so. I see this ant bike. I gave somebody a horseback riding lesson. It was really a horse training lesson yesterday after I got home. Look at this ant bite, cuz I don't know if y'all can really see how big that is on my arm. It is much more than that white bump. But anyway, having serious problems right now, cuz can't breathe, coughing, mucus, ants tearing me up, dog. But so yeah, I'm not having no diesel shortage problems, no supply chain problems. Not at CIRCON. Maybe that's happening elsewhere. Look, if you're having supply chain problems, excuse me, if you're having supply chain problems, man, come to CIRCON, dude. Put me down as a referral. Just put Travis Kinley or something like that. And we'll figure out the rest later. You already know what the motto is. I'm about to get out of here. I'm watching Earthstorm on Netflix while the family's out doing everything that the family's doing. They're talking about tornadoes. You already know what the motto is. Work hard, play hard, sleep hard. Find you somebody to love. I love y'all. Don't forget, it's not about what you believe. It's all about why you believe it. Live free.